Everyone, Dennis K here with Belize Islands Real Estate, just coming to you live today on this beautiful Monday morning. Hope you all had a good weekend, and congratulations to everyone who's been jumping on Zoom calls with me. In fact, as early as this morning, was able to jump on a Zoom call with Gary and Julie from Hawaii. Thank you so much for today's coffees, and I am so excited to be able to today spend a few hours looking for that perfect piece of beachfront for you guys. Sorry you missed out on those other two, but you know what? I got some lines in the water, and hopefully by the end of the day today or early tomorrow, we're going to be able to find you something that you guys can use and enjoy and live the dream in Belize. So congratulations to you. So what is today's video going to be about? Well, sometimes with these really long days that I've been having lately, working on sales and clients and Zoom calls, I need a little extra inspiration, you might say, to keep me going, you know, because I have my coffee in the morning, and this lasts to about 2 in the afternoon, and then I have a crash. So I usually take a nap, wake up an hour later, and then get back to it, and usually work till 8 o'clock p.m. So what do I do on days where, you know what, I'm just exhausted? You know, been negotiating deals, writing contracts, dealing with closings, all good things, by the way. I'm not complaining here at all, but sometimes I do get a little tired and start to lose some motivation, right? So what do? Well, I have fun, and sometimes I make a list of little treats or rewards that I say to myself, okay, Dennis, if you make a small sale today, then you know, after you pay your taxes and give the money to my charities and whatnot and other things, then I'm going to treat myself to just a little simple reward. And that could be, I don't know, anything from, like, I really like wine and scotch and bourbon, so maybe just going down to my local whiskey store and picking up a special bottle of whiskey, and just something I would maybe never just buy to have every day, but just something as a treat. So that's number one on my list. Little sale, little commission comes in, go ahead, after everything's said and done, treat myself to a little bottle of whiskey. Then I go up from there. Then it gets exciting, right? So then I say, okay, what if you make a decent sale, right? A decent sale, a little bigger commission comes in. What would I do that if I make this sale and I can help these clients out, help these clients find what they want, I give myself a little treat in response? There's a Michelin star restaurant just about 3 blocks from where Steph and I live, called Casserole, and we've always wanted to go, and it's a little on the pricey side, and so it's one of those treat dinners, you know. But you say, okay, if I make this sale, then I'm going to make reservations at Casserole once it's safe to do so for us, and I'm just going to have a blowout dinner, not worry about the cost, get an excellent bottle of wine, and just, you know, really enjoy ourselves. So then it gets even more interesting. Okay, what do I do if I'm working on a much larger sale where the commission is going to be pretty substantial? Then what could be my reward? Or maybe I'm working on 2 or 3 different sales, and I say to myself, if these happen to close in the next, you know, 60 to 90 days, what could be a little treat that we can look forward to? Well, for that, I could say, you know what, we could take the train to Zermatt, and we have this beautiful chalet that we rent when we go to Zermatt, overlooking the Matterhorn. Not the Matterhorn, the, what is it there? It's not the Matterhorn. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the Matterhorn. It's the Matterhorn. So, beautiful chalet. It's got a fireplace, hot tub outside. Actually very reasonable in price. We can take the train from Strasbourg down there, be there in about 5 hours, maybe spend a week or 2 in the chalet. Still going to work, of course, because I have client Zoom calls, so good thing the place has high-speed internet. But I thought, you know, that could be one of those things that I would enjoy doing, maybe in the fall as the colors start to turn. And then what could be epic? Let's say I'm working on a big deal, you know, where the big deals that come along once every, you know, 5, 6 years that you're just kind of waiting and hoping for. And then, oh look, these guys are on segways. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, we love segways. So what could be one of those epic trips? You know, so I'm working on a huge deal, right? Where it's going to earn us a substantial commission. So even after I take the commission and pay the taxes and give to charities and pay our bills and reinvest a large portion of it, what would I do that just would have me so excited? And for that, I might put something epic down, like, you know, 2 months in Nepal. You heard me talk about this before. 2 months in Nepal and Bhutan, hiking trip, or maybe 2 months in Bali, you know, or maybe go down to see my friends in Australia and do a tour of Australia. And let's see, what is that island down there, that crazy island? Oh man, Tasmania and New Zealand. Maybe do a camper van around New Zealand, but just do it up right, spend 2 months. All right, so that's what I would put under epic. And then every morning when I get up, I'm already excited to work because I love working with you guys. This is a really cool job. I mean, of all the jobs I could have, this one really is good for me. I just love it. I love working with people, helping them live the dream. I get excited when they get excited. I had a couple on yesterday that were so excited to move to Belize, and it just felt like Steph and I's first time too. Like when we first made the decision to move down there, we were just so pumped up for them. And I thought, you know what? So I get up in the morning, already love my job, get out this list, say, okay, today, what could be my little treat today? Is it going to be the bottle of whiskey? Is it going to be the Michelin 3-star restaurant? Is it going to be the little trip maybe to Switzerland, or the epic trip to Bali or wherever? I just don't know. And that's the excitement of it, right? So I guess what I'm trying to say is, think about how you could do something similar when it comes to your plans for moving to or investing in Belize. Little rewards or treats that you could do to yourself that would get you excited or keep you excited. Because I know some days you're all pumped up, right? So you're saying to yourself, wow, this is awesome. I just watched some of Dennis's videos. I'm going to get on a Zoom call with him. I'm going to pick up my property, and we're going to put the money down, and we're doing this, or moving forward. And then for some reason, later on in the day, you're all excited and you tell one of your friends or family members about what you're doing, and they're saying, what, are you crazy? Are you really going to do this? You know, you got a good job, you got a good life. What are you looking to do? And maybe they just don't understand, so they put a little bit of discouragement in your mind. Or maybe you're all pumped up, but then you get on CNN or Fox News, and all of a sudden, you know, the world's bad news and all that negativity and you know, just stuff starts getting you depressed. You start to lose focus of the dream, right? So what I would do is I would, on your daily planners, on your little journals every morning, write down those small, medium, large, and epic rewards that you would look forward to when the time comes you actually make the move or invest in Belize. So you start off super small, like you say to yourself, you know what? I'm going to imagine how I feel when I land in San Pedro for the first time, and I walk across the street, and I'm going to sit at Blue Water Grill, and I'm going to order my first Belizean beer, my first real Belizean beer, and I'm going to sit there and just look out over the Caribbean Sea and feel the breezes, and the palm trees are going to be swaying, and that's my number one treat. I just want that beer. It's going to cost me $1.50 or $2, whatever the cost of a beer is, right? And I'm just going to sit there, and that one beer is going to be my treat. And then maybe go up from there. You know, I'm looking forward to my first real seafood dinner in Belize, where the lobster was caught fresh. I have snapper, some grouper that was just caught that day. And maybe for that, I'm going to go to one of the local places like Carambas or Nellie's, and I'm just going to enjoy a real Belizean experience. And that's going to be, I'm never going to forget that. That's going to be my blowout night. I'm going to go all out, spend a lot of money, so to speak. And really, you're not going to spend much in Belize because, you know, especially at the local places, they're extremely cheap and reasonable. And maybe, though, you have some larger goals. So you say to yourself, okay, what could I do that would really excite me? So after I've been in Belize for a while, right, I've done all the things that you could do. I've snorkeled, I've dived, I've fished, and whatnot. So I've done everything, and maybe I'm there for a year or two. Now it's time for something big, right? So what could you do now? Well, go on down to TMM Charters. They have beautiful 50-foot catamarans down there. Get yourself a captain and go on a tour of Turnip Atoll, Lighthouse Atoll. Go out there, spend 7, 8, 9 nights on a catamaran in those beautiful waters. Go to secluded beaches, deserted islands, islands that, you know, very few people have even been to, and just say to yourself, you know what, that's my big reward. I'm going to put that on the bucket list. I'm going to do that. And then finally, do something epic, just crazy. So the epic might be two things. Number one, when I have family and friends down, to really show them how I've arrived, right? I'm going to take everyone by helicopter, by Astrum helicopter, and we're going to do a private tour of the Blue Hole by helicopter, or a private tour of the Blue Hole by Tropic Air. And I'm just going to treat everyone, right? Dimes on me. We're going to have champagne as we fly around the Blue Hole. Or if you're more inclined to do this. One of my epic trips in Belize is I'm going to make a tour of all of the resorts that Francis Ford Coppola owns. So first of all, I'm going to spend 3 nights in Placencia at Turtle Inn. Then I'm going to go to Blackanaw Lodge in the Cayo District for 3 nights. And then I'm going to hop over to Guatemala and go to La Lancha for 3 nights. And I know his resorts are just top notch. They're incredible. They got an awesome vibe to them. So maybe that's my epic, right? So when you do that, when you write those down like that, whenever you start to feel like, you know, this is something I should really do, You know, I'm starting to get some resistance, some pushback, right? I'm starting there's some obstacles that are getting in my way. Those obstacles could be people, could be finances, could be things in your own head, right? Doubts, self-doubts. So you have that little list, you know, the first Belizean, or maybe the first cup of coffee and your first Johnny cake at Ruby's. You know, you get there early. You know, get there at 5:30. You know, you get your coffee, your Johnny cake, you're sitting there and you watch the sun come up. You'll watch the sun come up over the Caribbean for the first time in your life, and you're living on the island. You never have to leave. You know, one of my things my wife always said is that we would be sitting at the yacht club or somewhere, and we see the planes taking off, the Tropic Air and my airplanes taking off, and she would smile, and she says, you know what? That's not me. I'm not leaving. It's like, love it. Absolutely love it. So do that and make that little list from simple, medium, large, epic rewards, almost like a little bucket list. And it's funny, one's not necessarily better than the other, right? I mean, to me, that Johnny cake watching the sunrise could equal a helicopter tour of the Blue Hole. But it's a way to sort of put something out there that's absurd. You know, one of the things I learned from Tim Ferriss is once in a while, you just have to put something absurd in the journal, even if it's never going to happen, right? Even if what you put down isn't ever going to realistically take place, but sometimes just go for the absurd. Go for the experience or the possibility of an experience where you say, wow, you know what? Maybe I won't hit that, but maybe I'll hit everything in between. Everything in between, baby. So, all right, man, that's my little Monday morning rant. Again, thanks a lot to Gary and Julie for today's Starbucks. Appreciate that. I'll be following up with you guys soon. Got a lot of exciting things to tell you guys about. So if you haven't jumped on a Zoom call with me yet, hit me up on the link below. Buy me a couple cups of coffee. You see, we take our Starbucks addiction very seriously. Let me start working with you guys. All right. I love to help you live the dream in Belize. Go through some of your goals, short-term and long-term. See how I can help. All right. Take care, man. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.